Hey everybody, welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. This is Beth.
And this is Jayme.
And we're just two oldish, youngish ladies doing my favorite thing, purging some cringes.
Yes.
Which I literally just had one, which was great.
Jayme. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I'm telling you, every time we do a cringe episode, I start getting stressed out because I have to try to recall cringe. And I have a mental, whether you want to call it a block or a capability. But
it's a capability.
It's like I don't remember anything embarrassing.
It's amazing.
Anything that is cringeworthy, I can't think of it unless it's really recent. And obviously, we've got lots of cringe episodes, and I've contributed to those. And I've got some great cringe in there. But I feel like I can't think of anything.
I love that for you, Jayme. I literally, every day of my life, several times a day, have things pop into my head that are so cringy that it have a visceral reaction of things that happened from anywhere from 5 minutes ago to 20 years ago.
Wow.
I was thinking about something the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cringe. I'm like, Beth, that's from 25 years ago.
Did you write it down? Are you going to talk about it today?
Not today, but it's an ongoing loop of cringe.
Okay. Well, this is going to be very Beth heavy today.
Well, you're welcome because they're really bad stories.
Okay. Tell me.
The first one is kind of a doozy. So, maybe it's not a doozy. So I was a youth minister for years, blah, 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 blah. And this was probably 2010-ish or 2009-ish. I don't know. I took some students to go see the movie God's Not Dead.
Okay.
Which is a Christian film.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Good for you. And in the most sincerest way. I feel like most Christian films are super cringy and gross and very skewed and just weird. And this one was about this kid who goes up against his professor in school, and the professor's doing, I can't remember if he's doing a class on religion or not, but he's an atheist, and the kid is standing up for Jesus and talking about God's not dead, and there's this whole side story. I don't remember it all. It's been a long time.
Uh-huh.
But at the end of the movie, they encourage everyone to take out their cell phones, go onto social media, and write, God's not dead.
Did you do it?
And my dumb butt got on my Twitter and on my Facebook and put God's not dead with hashtags and all kinds of stuff. And it was so cringe.
Did that memory pop up for you?
It did not pop up as a memory in the sense of
I meant on
a Facebook memory. It pops up sometimes as a memory, my brain going remember when you were an idiot and so cringe and embarrassing? And it was just one of those situations, and I had students with me and they were doing it too. And I was the fact too that at that time I was this is really going to touch people.
Yeah.
And I was just okay. It was just so bad. And I think years ago, I rewatched the movie or watched clips of it on YouTube or something, and it was so bad.
Did you feel like it was bad at the time when you watched it, or were you just this is great?
Half of the movie I liked, and half of it I didn't like. And as a youth minister, I was well, this is good for my students because it's a safe-ish movie.
Yeah.
At the time. Now I would never take students to a movie. I would never push that type of stuff. And the guy that was in it, he's one of those actors that was a mainstream actor. And he played Conan anyway on this TV series. And any hoot nanny, he's one of those actors that kind of like a Kirk Cameron, where it's they were a mainstream actor and then they just go full on deep conservative Christian to a point where you're oh, okay. He did one of those. And just now he posts all kinds of stuff. It's a very interesting thing. But there was the Christian, corny, cringy movies had a chokehold on me for a little bit. Left Behind, I owned it on DVD.
Okay.
There was one that Kirk Cameron did where I think it was called The Love Diary or something like that. And it was this whole movement about how to love your partner more. I can't remember all the details. I don't think that was the real name of it. But anyway, there was a book and a this and a movie. And there was just a lot of those. And I was just really into it for a minute. And now I look back, there was one called the Prayer War Room or something like that. There was just a lot of that. Now I look at it, I'm just oh my gosh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I don't think I
You missed that movement?
I didn't watch any of them. So
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make you a quintessential corny Christian movies from the 2000s list, and any one of them you're gonna be like, Beth, are you kidding me? And I'm like, I am not. I mean, it was to the point where you could go to like a Bible bookstore and you would get like not only a book about whatever the movie was about, but then they'd have the movie and like they'd always have like a small group discussion guides and and then the teen version. And it's just like, oh my gosh,
wow,
why?
Wow.
It was so freaking cringe. And then I remember one time I was in this like really cringy like young adult Bible study when in my early 20s. It was so cringe. And we would watch some of this stuff. Like we watched a lot of Kirk Cameron, and this other guy did a lot about like evolution and all this stuff. And we would watch it and people would be so excited about it. And I was just like, part of me was like happy to be involved with the group, but just in the inside being like, this is so cringe and corny.
Yeah.
Like I feel so dorky doing this. And then they like had us like gave us tracts to pass out. And one of them was one of those wallet tracts. Have you ever seen those?
No.
So it looks like a folded wallet with like money in it. Like exactly like it. So if it's on the ground or something, somebody picks it up and you open it and like, just trust in the Lord or something like that.
Yeah,
and you're just like, it was just like so cringe and corny. I mean, I could literally just go on and on about all my cringe, like 2000s era Christianese behavior. It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was. Have you ever had to pass out tracts or anything that are corny?
I do not think I did do that. No.
Yeah, it's so awkward. Anyway,
I have never been a fan of that type of quote unquote outreach.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't have any recollection of doing that. Yeah, sorry.
It's real. It's like I haven't thought about this in a long time, and I'm literally like adding to my cringe list as we're talking because it was so.
We might need to do like a
Christian cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that would be a good one. Okay, I know you don't have a lot, but I have another good one.
Okay, what is it?
This isn't me. This was secondhand cringe.
Okay.
So I'm at a birthday party, and it's for a family member. And I can't remember if it was a big birthday, but she always had like lots of friends and stuff like that. Like, can't relate. And we're at like dinner or something, and her friend like gives her this like bag and has this book in it. And I don't even remember all the details, but she goes to open it. She's like, oh, thank you so much. And she's like, oh, and there's a little card. And the friend's like, oh. And the card was from someone else to the friend. So she had re-gifted this gift at a party.
That is so funny. That is so funny. She
didn't check it.
She got caught.
She got caught, which I'm a fan of a re-gift because like I don't like waste, you know, and it's like
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. If I get
but
something,
you better check it.
Check it.
Make sure
it's personalized. That's embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Like,
that is so embarrassing.
Yeah. I got caught re-gifting. I didn't get caught re-gifting. I got caught selling something that somebody bought me as a gift on eBay. And they were like, they called me out on it. They're like, didn't we get that for you as a gift? And I was just like, yeah, I gotta make some money though. Like I need cash.
That is too funny.
Oh gosh. I think it's like you have to just be so careful when you re-gift gifts.
Yeah.
To just, again, make sure it's not personalized, make sure there's no cards.
Make sure you're not giving it back to the person that gave it to you.
Make sure that like it wasn't posted on social media with like in your friend group. Like you just gotta be very careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like you could feel the person's embarrassment. And like if I'm like a sponge for cringe. So it's like if you're getting cringed out, I'm going to now get cringed out too.
Yeah.
Like, you know how some people are an empath or they say they're an empath? I'm not that. It's only for cringe. I'm a cringe path. Like,
that's a good one.
It's just like if I see it, I feel it. Like that's why I have a hard times with movies and cringy movies. It's like, you watch The Office a little bit, right?
Yes.
Remember Scott's Tots? It's where Michael Scott like said he's going to pay for all the kids' college.
Oh yes,
that episode is just like I can't even really watch it.
That whole show
has so much cringe.
So much cringe.
Yeah, but it's just like
I watched everything except for like the last season. I think I don't know why. I couldn't watch it anymore for some reason.
Yeah.
I just could. I hung in there.
Yeah,
for a long time, but then I just wasn't interested anymore.
I would recommend watching the last 2 episodes just so that you have closure because they did a nice job wrapping it up.
Yeah. Maybe I should do that.
But it's weird to watch cringe moments, like, especially when they feel so real.
That's what was so unique about that show was when because it was just not really done before, and it made you feel it was so cringy.
Yeah.
It was so cringy. It made you feel like, oh, so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
And how are they actually saying this? Like, how is he saying this? And we're watching it. Like, it just felt uncomfortable, but it was also it was so well done. Oh, that was such a good show.
That I have to say, like, it's very rare that a show makes me truly feel uncomfortable with the cringe, you know?
Oh,
and
Michael
they did
Scott,
such a good
Michael
job.
Scott.
I mean, we all have a Michael Scott in our world. Sometimes I think I'm it, but it's just like the cringe is
you
high.
are not a Michael Scott at all.
To you, maybe, but like if
you're not.
The cumulative is very Scottish. It's very like, wow, it's a lot of cringe.
Oh goodness. Okay, so I do have one. Okay, this isn't even a story as much as it is a way of being.
Oh. I am the cringe.
No. Yeah, and it has to do, I think it has to do with aging. I think it has to do, maybe it's aging, maybe it's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is, but this is embarrassing to admit. But I think people are going to relate to this.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have as much control over passing gas. Did I share this already?
No. But I'm so glad you're oversharing right now.
Oh my gosh. So occasionally,
yeah,
it just happens. Like in a place where I do not want that to happen. I don't want that to be the case.
Yeah.
And I mean, I never really want that to be the case, but
Well, no.
most of the time I can control it. But occasionally something just comes out and it's like in a meeting or it's like,
Oh my gosh. In a meeting?
Yeah, it happened to me once.
Oh, that's horrific.
And it was audible. I mean, it wasn't like a giant anything. It was just very little because I'm like, oh, let's not let that happen. But
Gluteus.
You guys, like, what is the deal? It's happened to me like multiple times. I need to work on my butt muscle.
Yeah.
My anal.
Not that.
My anal retentiveness.
I don't think that's right. I think it's your gluteus maximus.
No, I
Squeeze
think it's
the
my
cheeks.
anus. I think it's your face.
Please stop saying anus.
Well, I only said it once.
You said it in 3 different forms.
Yeah, I did. Because is this a reality? Okay,
Yeah.
this is a reality, and
It
it's
happens.
very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
I also want to say I think it just gets worse because a while ago I was with my mom. Sorry to call you out, Mom, but you deserve it. We were thrifting and we're just walking, you know, and all of a sudden she's just farting, but just like, and I'm like, ma'am. And she's not even really saying, she's just crop dusting for like, 35 paces. And she's like, I can't help it. I was just like, you might want to try.
I am
Squeeze those cheeks, please.
I'm not as old as your mother.
No, but I'm just saying,
I
that's where we're
have
headed.
empathy and compassion for her because my guess is that she just could not. She could not stop it. She couldn't control it, and just it is what it is.
I think so too.
I have been surprised. I have been interrupted very inconveniently, and I don't know what to do about it. But here I am sharing my cringe with
that's a
the
good
World
one. You might.
Wide Web, and I wish I wasn't. I wish this was not my reality, Beth. You can't even. You have never experienced this.
I have, but not on a consistent basis at this point.
Well, it's not like it's daily, but I would say there's been incidents. I would say there's probably been like 5 or 6 incidents in the last year.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I can
Who's
think of
counting?
like, I can think of one-ish that's happened to me in the last year.
Well, maybe there's more coming. I'm just saying
That's not manifesting what I want.
Me neither. I don't like this. I don't like it. But literally just recently I was on a plane and I had headphones on and I don't even know the volume level. I don't know, but there it was. And I was like, oh, wonder if that was audible. Don't know. Can't hear, but nothing I can do about it now. It's horrible.
That's real bad.
It's horrible.
That's a rough one.
I know. So there you go. There's my one for this episode, but it's enough.
It's a doozy.
It's enough for my whole, side of things.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's rough. I wish this was not the story that I'm sharing today.
Okay, but it is. So we're here for it.
Well, I have to be. I don't have many options. I don't know. I can't take it back. I can't undo this.
You can't, because this was great. Okay, I'm gonna leave us on a less flatulent note.
I love that I feel like you seem surprised.
The meeting caught me off guard, and now the plane really caught me off guard.
You think it caught you off guard? I cannot tell the meeting particularly.
Yeah. Like, I get it, because sometimes there's just like, there's no option.
Well, I just
you just let it go
and just acted like that didn't happen.
Okay.
And no, I didn't know what to do. What am I going to do? Be like, excuse me. I don't know. I just kept going with what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were talking while this was happening. Oh, that's even better. Mid-presentation. Anyway, well, Jayme, I hope that this next season of life is just filled to the brim with cringe.
Not cringe.
Yes.
Not cringe. I do not.
I wish you would
that.
have like half the cringe I have in a day, because I think your life would
I'm
be
good.
Okay.
I
That's true.
fart
Okay.
at very inopportune times in public places, so I'm good. I don't need any
Actually,
more than that.
You actually are good.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.